Hi, I'm Georgiana at the Holistic Podcast, your source of health, happiness, and harmony. And today I have the pleasure to speak with Tina Dahmen. She helps business owners to monetize their presence like bosses online so they can serve more people with their experience, expertise, increase revenues, and equally reduce working hours while staying aligned with their visions, missions, and values. So, hi Tina, welcome to the Holistic Podcast. How are you today?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very well. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm happy that today the Swedish weather is slightly better than yesterday. Yesterday was raining, cats and dogs, and today is sunny.
Okay, good. But the vibe is always really nice after the rain. I like the smell of the air. Everything is fresh, everything is clean. So, yeah.
Exactly. So I was thinking that we can have a lovely conversation about core values, because I believe that these are something very important for every human being, no matter what type of business you are into. But I'm always curious what other people have as core values and what opinion they have on them. So I would love to hear yours.
Yes, I would love to talk about core values. It's one of my favorite topics, to be honest. Core values, love languages, mission, vision, life visions, and so on. Because it's such an important topic in life and in business. No matter what you do, you gotta know yourself, you gotta know your core values, because that is your inner guidance. That is something like your inner GPS. Like that is the thing you rely on when you take decisions in any kind of matter. If you hire people, if you fire people, if you get into a relationship or if you don't, if you make these friends or if you don't, and so on and so on. So
exactly,
yeah,
I used to call them the backbone. You have to have your backbone, and the backbone it's the core values, because without them you will make the wrong decisions and things will not go at all well for you.
Correct. Yeah.
So please share with us some of your core values if you like.
Some of my core values.
Yes.
Interesting. Yes. I have a few. And I like to do this exercise with my clients as well, where I give them the task. So my deepest core value is probably freedom and loyalty and independence. So I have a list of obviously core values, but there's always like one or two or three strongest ones which stick out the most over and over again. So for me, that would be loyalty and freedom. Yeah.
What about freedom in these days, which there is lockdown and many funny rules in place?
Very good question. We just chatted a little bit beforehand, and I'm currently in Vietnam. And I'm very lucky that I am in Vietnam, because I usually spend my time between London and Bali. And lockdown rules are in the UK aren't as easy as they are here, because in Vietnam currently we don't have any lockdown. So I came here in February just to see some friends, and then the world happened, and then I still had time to make the decision: should I go to continue my travels back to Bali or should I stay? And I made the conscious decision to stay here, because healthcare is better. So just in case you get sick, you don't want to get sick in Bali. So that is a thing you should consider when moving there. And I decided to stay here. So I don't really have, it doesn't really affect me, to be honest, like it does the rest of the world, because all we had was 6 weeks of lockdown, and that was, I think if I remember correctly, that was throughout April and then maybe June. I think it was like that. Yeah. And so at the moment, like we just live a normal life. All the shops are open. I can go to the gym and I can see my friends and all of that stuff. So it doesn't really affect me much.
Then it's very similar to Sweden, because Sweden chose not to have a lockdown. They just have some, of course, common sense rules in place, which work. And I'm also very happy, because I have friends all over the world and they were in countries with lockdown, and no thank you. It really my sense of freedom really reacts very strongly when I hear their stories.
Yeah. So lucky.
And also another topic that for me it's a little bit related with freedom as a core value. This power to adapt. When I hear the new normals, I'm getting a little bit triggered, to use a nice word, because the new normals, in my view, it's taking away my freedom quite a lot.
The new normal?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The new normal with the social distancing and all these rules in place, which are actually taking quite a lot of my freedom away. So I'm reacting to the so-called new normal. I don't want to adapt to the new normal. So no, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. I can't imagine even. Like the 6 weeks when we had the lockdown. So I'm 50% introvert, 50% extrovert, and I really like to spend time on my own, because that just keeps my vision clear, that keeps my circuit clear, that keeps my, like, everything is perfect for me. I really enjoy spending time by myself. So it didn't really affect me until the day they closed the gym, and until the day they actually closed the beach as well. So I wasn't able to walk along the beach anymore. That was part of my daily routine, just to go out and hang out in nature a little bit, get some sun and all of that. The minute they locked that down, they closed the beach, that was heavy. And I was like, wow, that was strange. However, then you really got to find in these situations, like, set up different support systems for yourself, how you can survive that, because exercise is like such a vital part, should be such a vital part of everyone's life, right? Because it immediately releases endorphins in your body, dopamine in your brain after the exercise. So in my house, I started to do this home workout, which I'm used to do because I travel a lot. So I have like these video clips on my laptop, which I then just follow, and follow this workout. It's different. Of course, it's different than going for a walk on the beach and taking in the vitamin from the sun and, going to the gym and all of that. But still, it gives you something back. Like, so it gives you some sort of like sense of fulfillment. It makes you feel really good about everything. Like, your mood enhances a lot through exercise. So that is one thing I did to keep my head from going crazy.
So would you share some other core values that are on your top 3 list?
Sure. Loyalty, honesty, independency. I think that's pretty much the top 4. Yeah.
So how does loyalty translate for you or into your life, both when you give it and when you receive it?
Yeah, good question. Loyalty means to me, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationship, of course, but also it's included, but also friendships or any kind of like commitment at work you do or anything like that. You just stick to your word and you follow through with your promises. Like, I'm a big believer in, I always observe people's actions rather than what they say, because that's really how you can tell, who they really are and so on. So I think that reflects loyalty for me. Like, how are they doing? And I always stick to my word and I follow through with my words. And that let's take work, for example, like that is one very big thing for me. Just delivering and sticking up to your promises, showing up for meetings, whatever it is, it's like the funniest thing. Sometimes you just make meetings and people just never get back to you. It's scheduled and people sometimes just don't even have, the integrity to say, to cancel or anything like that. And in relationships, I would say loyalty to me means, of course, cheating and all of that, which is obviously very superficial and goes back to the other person's insecurities and so on. But more so, I think having like the same ideas of what it means to be in a friendship or relationship of any sort, even with parents, can be a relationship, any relationship, like having like the same core values, having the same understandings, valuing the same things, which makes you become loyal to each other. If my core value is honesty, for example, and we are really good friends, that is my job to point out when you do something wrong. So I will help you to level up, and I will help you to become better in that particular space wherever I think you could have done a little bit better, right? So that's the same thing I'm expecting from my friends. Like, if you see me doing things very wrongly, please tell me so. Don't blow sugar up my butt, because that doesn't help me.
Exactly.
And that's part of loyalty for me as well.
It's very interesting because you said something which also I relate to it very much. I also believe that if you really want to see what a person really has as an intention, look at what they do, not what they say. Because with words, it's so easy to paint reality differently, but what you do is you cannot change that. So it's if you really want to see a person's intentions, look not what they say but what they do. So I also pay attention to what people do, not so much what they say, especially when you just met somebody. I believe that most of us, we function like that. When we meet somebody for the first time, of course we want to put the best mask on so that we make a good impression and so on. But still, what you do will reveal much more than what you say. So I totally understand when you said that. I said yes, that's it.
I saw your face lighting up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And loyalty is also one of my core values. And loyalty means to be there for other people, no matter what they go through. Because if you are loyal or you are there by their side only when they go through good things, and when they go through not so easy things, and it's a turmoil or it's a very stressful period, and I disappear, it's not so much loyalty there. So actually, in my country, we have a saying that goes a little bit like that, true friends, you will discover your true friends in your hardship times.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I have a very good friend. She's from Romania. She's one of my closest friends, and we have a very deep relationship, and I value her so much because she is also there when I'm going through not so exciting times. And even though the ego is being put aside, it is really nice to have someone like that in your life. There's obviously not many people you will find like that, but once you find them, make sure you hold on to them.
Yes. Yeah. And just as a parenthesis, we also used to joke quite a lot because in Romania it's not accustomed to go to a shrink. So we have these funny jokes about that, and we say in America you go to a shrink and you pay $300 per hour or something like that. In Romania you go to your friend and it's for free.
Yeah.
So what do you do in your work right now? Because the situation it's a little bit unusual. So how do you do something differently than usual?
Yeah, the situation has definitely changed for many people. I'm working online, which is good for me, I guess. So I can work from anywhere. And so I run an online community for coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs who are focused on self-development and business. So my job is we have different challenges set up within our platform, which are regarding the 10 key areas of life, the 10 most important areas of life, which are like business, finance, family and friends, health, love life, emotional health, physical environment, mastery of time, fun, excitement, and consistent growth. And because your personal growth is proportional to the growth of your business. And I like to support people who are in this world who are changing other people's lives. So a coach needs a coach, right? A coach also needs a support system. Coach is not like a god or anything. They're not like superhumans who never need any support from anyone else. Like everyone needs a support system behind them so they can make sure they serve their audience always on a consistent basis on a high level. That is what I then specialize on, to support these people. And so yeah, it's an online community. Basically, we run an online community. We meet every week for a call, for mastermind call, for accountability call. People can choose their challenges. It's usually 30-day challenges according to one of these areas which I've just pointed out. And yeah, they commit to it and level up. So basically they do the test. I make them vote each area from a scale from 1 to 10. And the system spits out the area which hits the lowest score, because that's the area in your life where you need to focus on, like it or not. Most people would then go, if they wouldn't do the test, most people go and choose whatever challenge just sounds really good and all of that. But that's not the point. The point is to choose a challenge where you hit the lowest score, because if you can find that balance, if you can find the stability and try to hit higher scores in all of these areas, that is when then satisfaction and happiness kicks in. Not when love life is 10, finances is 0, health is like 3, relationships is like 7, and so on, like the zigzag. We are aiming to get like a horizontal line. So it's not the goal to always continuously hit a 10, because that's impossible. Life isn't perfect. But the goal is to like continuously try and keep all of these aspects of life on the same level. And once that's accomplished, you can continue, go to the next level, and go to the next level. So that is one thing I do. And that all runs online. So that is fine because all of our members are also from all over the world. They can just plug in. We use Zoom as the conference calls and accountability calls, mastermind calls. Easy. And
yeah. I have a question related to what you said. Because when you present things like this, it needs, from my perspective, that you have a clear image of what it is, the goals, what is the aim with all of this. What is your vision upon success? What does success mean to you?
Oh, good. Success to me means what? In personal life or in business?
Success generally.
Generally speaking. So business-wise, being successful for me means helping people to change their lives and their business, well, which is interconnected anyway. So if I'm able to make someone else's life better, that is what means success to me. It's not about how much money I'm going to make next month. Of course, money is a big part, and my money mindset is very healthy, and I love money, and it's all good, but it's not the priority. Priority for me is how many lives can I change, or did I change some person's life? And that is what success means to me, really.
For me, it's fascinating to see, because I'm doing this podcast with people. I just met you, so we didn't have any type of connection before. I just met you, we just talked, and for me it's fascinating because we think the same. We have the same we have the same vision, more or less the same view upon these things. I just did a Facebook Live yesterday about the new success, because now everybody's talking about the new normal, the new this and that. Okay, let's speak about what is the new success. So I was saying exactly the same. For some people, success means money, material possessions, and the social position. But for me, success means being a good human being, a better human being every single day, and being able to help others also. So if you, I was just asking this as a hypothetical question. Imagine if everybody would have as a goal this view upon success, improving yourself on a constant basis and helping others. World, I suppose, will look quite differently than it looks right now, when people have social position and material positions as a view upon what success is. So I'm very happy to hear that we think the same.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Welcome to my world.
That was amazing to like meet these self-development junkies, I call us.
You can definitely call me that, because I am.
Awesome, nice.
So what do you do for your personal, for your self-development? What type of practices do you have?
Yeah, oh gosh, so many, really so many. I journal, of course. I write a gratitude journal. I write down my life visions. I reread my goals. Not every morning. I really should be doing it every morning. I try to do it many mornings, so it just goes into my subconscious. To be very clear and to stick, to stay on the right path. I stick to my core values, which is a vital part to get to know your own core values. And yeah, I mean, normal things like gym and stuff helps me a lot to stay in the zone, to keep calm, to like make better decisions, to feel happier and healthier. But I think the biggest thing for me is learning on a daily basis. I get a bit grumpy if I don't learn something new in a day. So I study maybe like 2-3 hours a day, stuff like podcasts. I read books all the time, or Audible rather. I listen to Audible books. That's what makes me grow. That what makes me very happy. Like if I can grow every day, that makes me very, very happy.
Any
Or if it's
book or any good podcast that you recently came across?
many. Oh my gosh. I just finished The Buddha and the Badass by Vishen Lakhiani, the founder of Mind Valley. So that was really good. So everyone who's listening, you should check it out. It's about spirituality at work. So you can not just be the Buddha and run a business, but you can also not just be the badass without being a little bit of the Buddha in your business, kind of thing. So that is what he's talking about, right? So I think your audience would really love that. And now I've started to actually re-listen to The E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber. I've read the book 5-6 years ago, and I remember I didn't finish it, like the last chapter or something was left. So I downloaded it again now and started re-listening to it, and it blows my mind again. And I remember it blew my mind back then too. So it talks a lot about entrepreneurship, what people think it is, how people get into it, what are the struggles, and also all of it. Like, it is really amazing. I think everyone who's ever considering of opening up a business, they should first listen to this book or read this book, because it's like the title is The E-Myth, and it is about the misconception of what people think entrepreneurship actually is. Same way as I walked into it like many years ago. You have a hobby.
When did you start it?
I started my first business 2014.
Okay.
So that was, I run a travel agency, an online travel agency. So you have a hobby. My passion was travel, still is. But then I thought the entire world needs to experience this. Like, the best form of self-development you can ever have is to go traveling, right? You meet so many different people. You've got so many different experiences. Your mind is just like expanding on a daily basis. You have like the craziest conversations, which you would never have if you would stay at home. So I made that my mission for like so many years, to help people to go traveling, and I run different travel companies and so on and so on. And that was exactly me. Like, there's three different positions he explains in the book. It's the technician, it's the manager, and it's the entrepreneur. Have you read the book?
Not yet, but I will.
Yes, do it, please. So you're either one of these, you're like, if you run a big company, you are one of these positions. But if you start, you are mostly all of three. And the technician is usually the person who turns his or her hobby into a business, like a baker, for example. Someone loves to, bake cookies, and say, oh my God, I really should make this as a business. I don't like my boss. I can be my own boss. But then they like have the epiphany while they actually do the whole thing. It's about, well, actually, I got to learn how to do the books. I got to learn sales and marketing. I got to learn this. I got to learn that. All of these things, which nobody thinks about before, because it's like this dream. I don't have a boss, and I bake my own cookies. Yeah, it's not about that.
Yeah, really, if you become your own boss, you'll have to become also your own employee and have multiple roles: marketer and cleaning lady and whatever else it's necessary in a business. So you can become a woman orchestra.
Whatever else is necessary at the beginning. That's very right. Yeah. But the key is to figure it out. Like, most businesses fail once they figure out they can't do it by themselves. So half of the people leave, they quit. And not half, I think it is like 90%, he said. I think it was 90% of the small businesses quit because of that. And the rest of the, I think it was then 10%, keep on moving, learn from their mistakes, and then start building up on that, like put different people in different positions and so on, and then learn how to become an actual business owner versus the baker or the travel agent. Yeah.
Yes. It's a fascinating word, and if you really believe in what you do, my advice is never give up. But you really need. So I've started with my passion for 31 years ago, and recently I said, okay, I've done it so long time offline, and now obviously I need to learn how to do it online. So I'm very good at what I do, but I'm not a marketing expert. I'm not a video editor. I'm not even a podcaster from that perspective. So I have to learn all these skills, and it's very fun because it pushes me out of my comfort zone. I just have one wish. I would love to have 48 hours per day.
Yeah, who doesn't? That is really, yeah. Yeah. More hours in a day would be amazing. You could just do double of all of it.
Thank you so much, Tina. I had a wonderful conversation. And if people would like to come into contact with you, do you have a website where they can learn more about you and what you do?
Sure. I've got 2 websites. So if they want to check out the online community, that would be the Biz Heroes. The Biz, like the TheBizHeroes.com. And my other website is tinadahmen.com, just like my name, TINADAHMEN.com.
I will put them in the link anyhow, so they will be linked in the podcast episode, so people will be able to access them. But it's good to have also the audio, not only the visual part of it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tina, for taking your time and sharing with us a little bit of your core values and view upon business and world. It was very fun speaking with you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
And all of you who are watching and listening, I wish you a wonderful, peaceful, stress-free day. Bye. Subscribe and get access to all the training videos, those already published and the ones on their way. I wish you a wonderful day.